Well, good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, it's not working without you guys and you lovely ladies. You know, oh boy, it's Saturday night. Tomorrow may be the end of our season. This may be the end of this 2020 season for our Cowboys. It may be extended. I don't know. We have to hope that the Eagle. Well, first, we got to take care of business ourselves. We have to win. That's not going to be an easy task. We're going to be on the road, and I know we beat the Giants. That we've literally owned the Giants over the last 3.5 years. But just like when you flip a coin, you can flip a coin 50 times, and every time it comes out heads. You know what the odds are that it's going to be the next time when you flip it? 50-50. Because in football, on any given Sunday, you can either win or lose the game. I'm sure that the Giants fans would love to keep their hopes alive tomorrow, too. They would love to say, let's beat the Dallas Cowboys and get a win for Jason Garrett. That's what I would be thinking if I were them. I'd be thinking, man, hey, we make it to the playoffs. That's a little bit more money, a little more chump change, and bragging rights over the Cowboys. We can exercise the ghost of all these years past of the Dallas Cowboys owning our ass. Which won't be easy because Daniel Jones is still dealing with the hamstring issue and has not looked really good. And they haven't played well over the last 3 weeks. Cowboys are actually playing better, taking the football away more than anybody else over the last 3 games after being the worst in the NFL taking the football away. Goes to show you, it doesn't matter how you start, it's really how you finish. But then we got to turn around and we got to depend on the Eagles, who are sitting 9 starters, whose defensive coordinator is leaving. He decided, I don't want to worry about trying to get a new deal. Not trying to renew this one. Not trying to get an extension. I'm going to go ahead and take my happy ass out of here. Jim Schwartz, I'm gone. So our only hopes is that these young players are auditioning to play somewhere else. That's not a good situation. So if tomorrow ends, more than likely, we're going to be saying goodbye to somebody who I really and truly like, who I almost feel like it's family. And that's Sean Lee. I hope that Mike McCarthy wasn't bullshitting him when he said, when you're done playing, I want to talk to you about coaching. Because Sean Lee is one of those guys that knows more about being a linebacker than most of the coaches out there. And I've had the privilege to run into Sean Lee on more than one occasion. If you look at my Facebook page, Cowboy Joe Boo, you'll see the picture of Sean Lee holding Joe Boo. And I'll never forget the first time that I met Sean Lee. It was after that training camp where literally Zach Martin, no pads, wasn't training camp actually, it was OTAs. Zach Martin came around the corner and Sean Lee's knee wet. And Sean Lee was gone for the season. That was the same season that DeMarcus Ware was let go before of. Jason Hasher went to the Washington football team. And we looked at that defense and said, man, they were awful that year. They're going to be even worse. They won't be able to stop a high school team. But over that summer, it was 2013, an autograph signing. This is early in Jobu, his tenure. We're there in Chantilly, and you got to buy your ticket so that way you can go get your autographs. And they have the players, behind ropes and stuff like that. They have a line, they call them up, and you get in line and you go up. Some guys are real personable guys. Other guys like Dion didn't even look up. Boom, no pictures. Cal Ripken was freaking incredible. If you ever have a chance to get Cal Ripken basically, you just about could sit down and have a sandwich with him. He literally spends more time. He'll stand up, take a picture with you, and talk to you. He'll call, hey man, let me call your friend and tell him it's Cal Ripken. Some guys are really, really great and appreciative of the fact that they're still being remembered. And I remember standing outside because we had a ticket for Sean Lee, and Sean Lee is on crutches and he's coming through. I was like, oh, there's Sean Lee. And Sean Lee stops. I've got Jobu. And he looks and he says, oh my God, what is that? I said, it's Cowboy Jobu, here to change the Cowboys' mojo. He said, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Can I keep him? Can I take him? I'm like, no, you can't take Jobu. But in retrospect, maybe I should have let him have it. He might have been a Hall of Famer right now. But what was cool was after he got back in there and got to the table, I have to dig it up. Somewhere it's on Facebook, I think. And it was on my other channel that got swiped. But he holds Jobu because I go up there, my ticket, to get his autograph and everything else. And he says, Jobu, I need your help. I need you to keep me healthy and keep me on the field next year. And I actually had it on tape. I got to look for that. And it was the coolest thing. Like, I can't believe he said that. And after that time, it was then, after that year he came back, that he had his first Pro Bowl. And another Pro Bowl year after that. And years later, I think this was 2 years ago, I didn't have a ticket for him. I'm sorry, Sean, I didn't have a ticket for you. But we had gone through, I met Emmitt Smith and everything else, and I got a little interview with Emmitt Smith and everything else. And Sean Lee, this is like 5 years later, he looks up and he sees me with Jobu. He gets up from the table. He comes over. He's like, I need to rub some Jobu on me. And it was the coolest thing in the world. And you get guys that are like Sean Lee. He's not real vocal. He doesn't do a whole lot of interviews and things, but he leads by example. And it's sad because there's no rhyme or reason to guys getting hurt. You have some guys that go through 14, 15 years and never have an injury. And other guys, it's just like injury after injury. And I don't think it's a person that's injury prone. It's just being in the wrong place at the wrong time and just shit happens. And Sean Lee is one of those guys who puts out full effort. He does not give a damn about his body or trying to prolong his career. The only thing he thinks of when he's out there is, I'm going to stop that guy. And you wish that you had 11 guys that had that attitude that, I do give 100% every play. I give 110%. If I had 120, I'd give 120. And when you look at that last game against the Eagles, there's that picture of Sean Lee in the huddle, defensive huddle outside. On sidelines. He's there with his helmet on. And you look at the body language of every one of those guys that are right there. Their eyes are laser focused on what Sean Lee is saying out there. They were down 14-3 at that time. It looked like our ass was going to get blown out of there. Sean Jackson, boom, 81-yard touchdown. And we're sitting here thinking, this shit, damn, we're going to have to listen to the Eagles. But I believe that Sean Lee gave that veteran knowledge that little speech that literally got everybody in that defense ready to go through a brick wall, because from that point forward, that defense, that team was on a mission. And that's the kind of guy you need as a leader, teaching these young guys how to play. Sean Lee's one of those guys that I wish had earned a Super Bowl championship with the Cowboys. It wasn't from a lack of effort from that guy, I can tell you that. And if it ends up being that this is his last game and the Dallas Cowboys don't find a place for him there, it will be a major loss. And this lies the hard part about football. I've seen so many players, great players, go past their prime and can't play anymore. It's a tough business to be in. Sean Lee, buddy, need to get another bottle here. We've had quite a few toasts and stuff. Sean Lee, to you, man. You are a true Dallas Cowboy player. Whew. All right. It all ends tomorrow. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to get me a good night's rest. I'm going to get ready to live stream tomorrow. Hope you guys join us for the game. And hopefully our Dallas Cowboys can get a victory. Be safe out there. Would you go out already?